सुख शांति और प्रेम की स्वर्णिम दुनिया आई, दिवाली आई, दिवाली आई। दीपिका छाई छाई, रोशनी लाई लाई, जिंदगी गाई, खुशियां ही आई। होगा ये नया आसमान, ये जमीन, हम तुम मिलकर लाएंगे वो दुनिया यही। हैप्पी दिवाली, दिवाली, हैप्पी दिवाली।
So once again, a very good morning to everyone and wishing all of you a very happy Diwali. So, before we start, we would just want to do a little exercise. Yeah, so though our videos are not turned on, which is okay, but wherever we are, I just want you to do this little exercise. I want you to, keep your hand like this in front, okay, your finger pointing the ceiling. And what you have to do is just rotate your hand in a clockwise direction. Okay, keep rotating your hand in clockwise direction for a couple of seconds. So clockwise, it's 12, 3, 6 and 9. In that direction, just move your hand slowly. Okay, just do that for a couple of seconds. Now you can stop. I'm assuming and I'm hoping that you're doing, because there are some responses that I would want from all of you when we complete this exercise. So while you're rotating your hand, what I want you to do next is slowly bring your hand a little lower to your face level, then a little lower to your chest level, and then at your stomach level. So even though if you're sitting, you'll be able to kind of do this. So you're rotating your hand, you continue to move your hand in clockwise direction, and then you slowly bring your hand, to your stomach level. So you can do that. And while you continue to rotate your hand, don't stop rotating your hand. You can continue to rotate your hand and just observe when your hand reaches your stomach level. Okay, is it moving clockwise direction or is it moving anti-clockwise direction? Just observe and you can share your responses in the chat box. Any thoughts, any experience that you have? You started rotating your hand in clockwise direction. When your hand comes to your stomach level, is it rotating in clockwise direction or is it anti-clockwise? Anyone? Okay, still clockwise. All right. Is it still rotating clockwise? I would want you to check once more. So when you move, it's 12, 3, 6 and 9. Yeah. And when your hand is at stomach level, is it 12, 3, 6 and 9 or 12, 9, 6 and 3? Just check. It's anti-clockwise. Okay. When coming down, it's anti-clockwise. Okay. So one person has clockwise, one person has anti-clockwise. What are other responses? How about our other brothers and sisters? Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? Just try this. Yes, Srinivas bhai, Sridhar bhai. Usha Behen. Okay, it's 12, 3, 6, and 9 when it comes down. Just observe. When it is at your stomach level, is it, if you're moving 12, 3, 6, and 9 here, when it comes down, is it moving 12, 3, 6, and 9 or 12, 9, 6, and 3? Just check. So, okay, Balwinder Bhai says, yeah, it's anti-clockwise. Okay, all right. Any other responses? Because this like forms the basis of, the entire session and the entire interaction that we have. What is your experience when you do this? Does it move clockwise or anti-clockwise? Just check. Yeah. So some of the responses that I got is it's anti-clockwise. Now the question that I have for all of us is, how did it become anti-clockwise? So if it was moving clockwise here, when you got this hand, to your stomach level, how did it start moving anti-clockwise? What did you do? Were you trying, were you kind of moving like this and suddenly you changed your the direction of your hand? Did you change, or what happened in between that the clock, the hand started moving anti-clockwise? Any thoughts around that? So because it's not Murli reading, but it's a special class, Diwali class, a little more interaction is what will be, what will make this session a little more essential. Yeah, so what's your experience? Okay, anti-clockwise. Why do you think it is anti-clockwise? So the answer is right. It's anti-clockwise. Okay, when it is at your stomach level, it's anti-clockwise. But what is the reason? Why? How it suddenly became anti-clockwise? Any thoughts?
Because the position changes, sir.
Okay, position changed. So when position changed outside, what did change inside? Any thoughts around that? So let's say the position of the hand changed, but how about you? What changed with respect
And
to you?
my the way I look at, right. So earlier it was up and then it came down. So my looking at it is also changed, right?
Yeah, the way I'm looking. Any other thoughts? Anyone? So where I'm looking changed. The position of the hand changed, and so where I'm looking changed. Any other thoughts, anyone? Any other responses? Why did this clockwise became anti-clockwise suddenly without me changing the direction? Is there some magic that Ritu Behan is doing, or you know, some? I mean, any thoughts? Anyone? Yes, no, maybe. Let me know if you're awake. Yes. Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. We wake up. Anyways, we wake up at 3:30, 3:15, or 3:45. So I'm sure. Okay, okay. Balwinder says it's still clockwise. No problem, Balwinder bhai. What we do is you can take time out and see if it moves anti-clockwise, because what brother said, where I'm looking. Okay, what is it that I'm looking at, and where am I looking? When that changes, the entire perspective, the direction changes, and that's why my hand starts moving in anti-clockwise direction. Now let's relate it back to our lives. Okay, I'm looking from below, where while at stomach level I'm looking top down. Wonderful. So here I'm looking up and here I'm looking top down. So that's why the direction, according to where I'm seeing changes. Yeah, so one is direction changes, but more than that, why is it moving anti-clockwise for me is because where I am looking. Yeah, so now just let's relate it back to our lives. Life moving in clockwise direction, yeah, means life celebration, life, you know, Diwali every day. Like Baba says, Diwali is not just a day or those 5 days. Diwali for us is every single day. Celebration for us is every single day. Yeah. When I'm operating out of that, when my experiences of life is celebration, and my life's clock is moving, my hand is moving, my experiences are moving in clockwise direction. But something changed. Okay, Satyug Treta, life is Diwali. Why? Because life's experiences are clockwise. It's moving in the right direction. Slowly, when I change where I'm looking, okay, my way of looking, my perspective about things changes, and suddenly, without even me knowing, Satyug Treta, Dwapar Kalyug, life starts moving in anti-clockwise direction. What is anti-clockwise? Everything that uh, experiences that may not be so comfortable. Yeah, now there is one aspect, okay, here where we are looking, the direction changed. When it comes to our life, there is something which changes from Satyug Treta to Dwapar Kalyug. Just think about it. What is that one thing? And that one thing is what Baba brings transformation in. That
Body
one,
consciousness.
yeah,
Body consciousness.
body consciousness. Yes, absolutely. Any other thoughts, anyone? So, one is body consciousness, attitude, okay. Any other thoughts, anyone? So we have couple of brothers and sisters kind of participating. It'll be nice to get some more responses and have some more energy in the session, but no problem. We kind of continue with our discussion while everybody else joins in the discussion. Yeah. So Satyug Treta, soul consciousness. When I look at myself, I'm a soul. I'm a being. I'm that awareness is very very. It's there in us. Yeah. The way I look at others, they're also souls. The experience of my life, celebration. Celebration sada. Baba always says, Baba, there is one twist that Baba always adds, and that twist is first, every Murli Baba will ask, so do you remain happy? And we'll say, yeah, we're very happy. We got Baba, we're in Sangam Yog, we're very happy. And then Baba adds one twist. And that twist is, he says, are you always happy? सदा खुश रहते हैं. And then sometimes our hand kind of we kind of lower our hand and we start thinking सदा है क्या. Then we start thinking, and sometimes the hand is little it starts coming down. Yeah, so somewhere when my vision towards myself and others is soul conscious, life is moving in clockwise. Suddenly, without even being aware, just the vision changes towards myself and others, and life's clock, my life's experiences, the clock of my experiences starts moving in anti-clockwise direction. Now, little shift that Baba brings about in this confluence age for all of us is again coming back to our reality, which is I'm the being. Yeah, and that's the celebration of Diwali. Typically, if we look at Diwali, it's like Baba says it's coronation, right? So we're moving from anti-clockwise now to clockwise. Yeah, we are in that shift right now. So one question that I have for all of us here is, in that shift, what is one thing that kind of pulls us back? So let's say, oh, Baba says, Sada Khush and Sada Diwali, Har Din Diwali, Baba says every day is like celebration for us. So yeah, when we hear it, when we are in, when we are listening to Baba, feel yeah, life is celebration. It's just wonderful. Yeah. But there is one thing, when we come into action, let's say we meet people, or we are into some action, like we're doing something in our everyday life basically. What is it that pulls us back? Worldly attractions, okay.
We
Okay,
forget Baba in between.
sorry.
No, we forget Baba.
We forget Baba. Okay, sometimes Baba even says, जो बच्चे योग नहीं, when we are not able to remember Baba, so Baba says this is because of dash. Think about it. So it's because your own dash, because of which children are not able to remember me. What is that one thing? Old habits, vices. Yes, okay, good. Any other thoughts? That's right. Vismriti. Why Vismriti also?
Responsibilities.
Responsibilities, okay. So let's say my responsibility towards my child. Okay, for example, my responsibility towards my child is what makes me forget Baba, or not remember Baba enough. So what is it with my child that doesn't allow me to remember Baba? In that journey, something that we've acquired.
Attachment.
bondages.
Sorry?
Attachment. Attachment.
Attachment, okay. Yeah, attachment with my
And the
child.
consciousness that I have to do or I have to take care. So that
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, that's right. Yes. My body, beautiful Maya. Okay, Maya makes us forget workload, responsibility. Okay, very interesting, very good responses coming up. That's nice. It feels nicer when there is so much participation. So good. What I will do is body consciousness. Okay, one is body consciousness. So we looked at body consciousness, how it changes our experience. But when we are at Sangam and we are making our effort, so all that you mentioned is right. But here at the confluence stage, when I'm making that effort, when I'm listening to Murli, when I wake up Amrit Vela, when I'm joining this English Savyak Murli class, while I'm doing everything outside, there are still chances that I start experiencing my life in anti-clockwise direction. And one of the very important reason behind that could be our own karmic account, right? We are at stage where we've had this so much accumulated in our account, which is again and again kind of pulling us back. Let's see what Baba has to say about this. There is one Avyakt Murli which I have picked up, which is on Diwali. So what I will quickly do is let's read couple of things that Baba has to say about Diwali. So Baba says, today Bab Dada is looking at Deep Mala, Rosary of Lamps. This is a Rosary of the Lamps, isn't it? Deep Mala, Rosary of Lamp. People celebrate Deep Mala or Diwali, whereas Bab Dada is looking at Deep Mala. Yeah, all of us in front of Baba in the form of souls. So the vision that Baba has for us, people celebrate Deepmala or Diwali, whereas Bap Dada is looking at Deepmala. Which lamps are liked most? Now think about it. You know, who are those souls whom Baba would really feel that sense of, that of course Baba has love for everyone, but Baba always says number var, right? So Baba says, whereas, okay, which lamps are liked most? The lamps that are unshakable and stable. Yeah, the lamps which are liked most are unshakable and stable. Those whose oil never finishes. Do you consider yourself to be such lamp? Now let's check my sthiti throughout the day. Yeah, are there any moments where I kind of start feeling a little low, or I feel agitated, or why is this happening to me? I'm doing so good. Why is it, why these kind of situations? I do everything right, and there are still chances that things don't end up being right. So these kind of questions do they come to my mind, or am I unshakable and stable? Do you consider yourselves to be such lamp? The rosary is the memorial of such lamps. Yeah. Let's look at what brings us down. We checked, okay, are there times when I feel a little, you know, not so stable? Yeah. So let's look at what Baba has to say about why these things. The weaknesses, Baba says, the weaknesses, the defects, the lack of power, the delicate nature, which all of you mentioned, right? You mentioned habits, you mentioned sanskars, body consciousness. It's exactly what Baba is saying. The weaknesses, the defects, the lack of power, and the delicate nature. These are all those sanskars that we've been carrying from these few births, and we've picked up and we've acquired these sanskars, which still remains today, have to be finished in the old account. That is what it means to celebrate Diwali. Yeah, that is what means to celebrate. Here we are at the confluence age, looking at, what Baba is saying to us, wonderful things that, how Baba wants us to be. And here we have all our account. When we are starting our journey, we are full of this, account, baggage of all our old karmic account. We are there. Now, the question, how do we kind of settle those accounts? What is the way to settle? Let's say, first question, with whom do we have these accounts?
Other
So,
souls.
other souls. Wonderful. So, one is other souls. What else? Think about it. Whom do we have our accounts with? One is other soul. It
Our,
could be
our family members. Our
our family members. So it's people, other people, other souls. So our family members, our office colleagues, our bosses, everyone. Or even sometimes you're just walking by and there's somebody who just says something, we don't even know them, and they say something. So all, souls, basically other souls. What else? Any other thought? Our own self too. Okay, one answer, one response that has come up in the chat box is our own selves too. Okay, what do you mean by our own selves? Let's understand this a little more in detail, or little deeper. What do you mean by account with my own self?
My old sanskars and whatever I
Okay.
have done in the past,
Yeah.
sinful
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
my 63 births,
Yeah.
sinful action, unknowingly performed.
Okay. Yes, that's absolutely right. So let's say if I am thinking something, okay, which is not uh, you know is not giving me clockwise experience. Thought and feeling is experience, right? So every thought that I create which is not giving me clockwise experience, it's an account that I'm creating with my own mind, right? I'm creating that not so positive. So one is other souls, second is my mind, because when I'm thinking, when I'm consuming something which is not healthy in terms of the information that we take, what am I doing? It's like an account with my mind. So today I feel very heavy inside. I'm trying to think positive. I'm trying to emerge that self esteem and experience all the self esteem that Baba has given to us. We're trying to create that for ourselves, but our mind starts thinking in the other way. So it's the account that we possibly have with our mind also. What else? So one is other souls, our own mind. Anything else that comes to your mind? Whom do we have our accounts with? Any thoughts? Our own body. Do we have account with our body? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
We do have. So everything that happens to the body, let's say I have some pain, something that I have, the way I've uh, used my body to perform my actions. If I've used it in a correct way, chances are that the body will not, body will give me positive experiences. But if I have some karmic account where I've utilized, used my body, hand in a wrong way, eyes have looked at something which is not, appropriate. All of this is like creating account with our own body. Yeah, and at Sangam we have that awareness of what is right and what is wrong as per soul consciousness. But you know our previous births, everything that we are carrying, yeah. So account with our own body, and then that account comes to us in form of some health conditions, some maybe diseases of the body. Yeah, so account with other souls, account with our own mind, account with our body. Wonderfully written in the chat box. Account with universe, or the nature, or the environment outside. Our account with Srishti, the world around us. It includes 5 elements of the nature. It includes everything that's outside. Yeah, so our account with the universe. So now think about it. Here at Confluence Sage, what do I do to kind of settle those accounts that we have?
Pilgrimage of remembrance.
Sorry?
Pilgrimage of remembrance.
Remembrance. Okay. Yes, remembrance. Yeah. How? So one is remembrance, but there is something that Baba adds to it. Okay. Balwinder Bhai also says yog. Okay. That's nice. Yeah.
Charitable action.
Charitable action. Okay. That's at an action level.
Service.
How about uh, the thought level? I mean, even if we talk about karmic accounts, see, karma is not, see, one is karma is action. Okay, whatever we do, our account gets credited or debited depending on the kind of action that we do. But the philosophy of karma is a little more deeper, right? So one is action that I do, okay, and there is something which is additional to karma, which is the intent behind it. Yeah, the thought and the intent behind the karma. So let's say I help somebody, positive karma, wonderful, great karma, right? But if the intent is, I'm helping them because possibly, next week I'm going on leave and I need their help to kind of manage something, and so I'm helping them. Now, is it a positive karma or is it a neutral karma?
A neutral karma.
It's a neutral karma. So one is action, I do charity work, and second is my intent behind, how I think, feel about certain, situation, people, and then I come into action. So one is the thought, the intent, and the action. Karma, both. It's not just in action, but it's also, of course, we know that it's in our thought also. The way we think, feel about something also adds to our karma. Yeah. So one thing, like we exchange sweets and gifts and greetings. Yeah, that's right. So it's a positive karma, and doing it with lot of love. Yeah, one way to settle our account is to have good wishes. Yeah, good wishes. Now, जिन के साथ account है ना, whomever we have our accounts with, creating that shubh bhavna, good wishes for each of them. Yeah, starts with my own self. How do I talk to myself? How do I talk to myself about my own life and my experiences and my situation? Do I have shubh bhavna? Yeah, wonderful. There is one response in the chat box which also said Shubh Bhavna, which is wonderful. Yeah, having Shubh Bhavna, that's the best way. Constantly sending good wishes. One to myself, two to my body. Do I do that? Okay, this body is an instrument. It's instrument for me to be able to do all my purushart. It's been supporting me to do that. It's helping me to settle some of those old accounts. Thank you. Yeah, so Shubh Bhavna for myself, my own, the way I'm thinking about myself, Shubh Bhavna for my body, Shubh Bhavna for those other souls, Shubh Bhavna for the nature, environment. Yeah, and the basis of Shubh Bhavna is somewhere that feeling of love, compassion. Compassion enables us to, kind of experience Shubh Bhavna. Yeah, that feeling of compassion, that feeling of love. I, the being, am a loving soul. What does a loving soul do? A loving soul accepts. A loving soul gives. So first is the way to settle our old accounts is bringing ourselves back to that vision of who I am. Who I am? I'm a loving soul. I'm a loving being. I'm full of compassion. That awareness. As soon as I move to that awareness, my Diwali starts. The moment I'm in anything which is opposite of that Shubh Bhavna, which is opposite of love, life's experiences, anti-clockwise. So today we are aware, we know that, my life's experiences, clockwise or anti-clockwise, Diwali or no Diwali, it's not dependent on any date, it's not dependent on how people behave, it's not dependent on, whether I'm meeting, whether I'm getting gifts, whether I'm exchanging gifts, it's not dependent on all of that. Of course, we continue to do that, but the basis of that action, the intent part of it is what is creating my karma. Yeah, so if the basis of that is my awareness, I'm a being, I'm a loving being, the experiences of life, clockwise. So the first thing is, that awareness that I am a loving being. Love is one of the, it's like the most powerful. If we look at Baba, one thing that you can just see, experience from Baba is so much love. Meethe bacche, every day meethe bacche. He also knows that all throughout the day, we're not always that meetha, right? We're not always that sweet. There are times when we are khatta, kadwa, all of that. But he still says, because he is full of love. Yeah, so that love enables us to kind of settle all of our accounts when we have Shubh Bhavna. The next thing that Baba has very wonderfully said, I'll again share this Murli. It's 23rd 10 2000, sorry, 1970. This Murli is picked up from that, and I think it quite, just it's in that flow. If you read this Murli, it's just in that flow of love and light. The next thing that Baba says in this Murli is, on Deepmala, they clean everything with aim of earning. Yeah, you kind of clean it and then you invoke Lakshmi. So one is cleansing that we do, and then with the aim of earning, we invoke Lakshmi. So have you too carried out both task of maintaining cleanliness and of earning? Where there is cleanliness, there is definitely an income in that. Only those who constantly invoke divine virtues, divinity, invoking Lakshmi, invoking divinity within us. Now that's the real Deepmala. Yeah, invoking those divine virtues within us will remain content in both aspects. One is cleanliness and second is earning. Become constant in both of them when we invoke that divinity. That's the Diwali. And when we invoke divinity, we are in that experience of divinity clockwise. My life is sada Diwali, har din Diwali. So Baba says, have you died in a living death? Mar jiva janam. Yeah. So have we died a living death? So why do you sometimes adopt old clothes, old sanskars? Yeah, all these old sanskars that you mentioned. So Baba says Deepmala is, burning these old sanskars by invoking the divine virtues. That's what is lighting the lamp. Yeah, so the first thing to settle the account is love. Second thing is light. Light, the light of the light within. Yeah, wonderful sharing in the chat box. Yeah, one is unconditional love, no expectations. Yes, that's absolutely right, brother. Because when it is unconditional, then the intent part of it is getting credited. I mean, I'm crediting, in my account. I have the positive karmic account being created when it is unconditional and without any expectations. So that's absolutely right. Another wonderful sharing is the diya, the clay, our body. Okay, the soul. Okay, keep the diya burning. That's absolutely right. Invoking divinity, Lakshmi in me, divine virtues in me. So that lighting of lamp, that deep, deep Dipavali that we are celebrating, lighting that inner lamp of virtues, those inner lamp of divinity within. Yeah, let's take couple of moments now to kind of experience whatever we've heard so far. Yeah, so one is our old sanskars, our new sanskars, okay, accounts that we have. I'm here at Sangam, Confluence Sage. I'm going towards Satyug, but that journey that accounts that we have to settle them, Shubhavna, Shubkamna, and second is lighting that diya within. Yeah, lighting that diya of inner those virtues and divinities. Let's experience what we've heard so far. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Little time for your own self, away from everything outside. My own time. Just give me a couple of seconds. I think I lost the slide. Just couple of seconds and we'll be there. Yeah. Okay, no problem. very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Little time for my own self, away from everything outside. Let me look at my life's journey, the beginning of confluence sage for me, those initial days in Gyan. How was my experience then? And through this journey, when I'm moving ahead in that purusharth, that effort of soul consciousness, let me ask myself, what has been this journey like? Today, when we are celebrating Diwali, let us create that one thought, Har Din Diwali. Every day is like a celebration. When I'm operating out of that awareness of who I am, a loving being, radiating good wishes constantly in everything that I do. Experience those divine virtues, the divinity within, and radiate the divinity to my own self, to my body, to other souls. That Shubh Bhavna, that Shubh Kamna is reaching every soul around me. Radiating that divinity to the five elements of nature. Let me now light the lamp of divinity. Let it keep burning, let it keep lighting. I continue to experience that feeling, that awareness of being a soul, very, very deep experience of igniting that light within, lighting that lamp, invoking the divine virtues. This is the real experience of Diwali, love and light. Today, when the world is celebrating Diwali, I choose to celebrate Diwali in my inner world. Through this love and light. Lighting the diya within. Constant and unshakable. Just be with yourself. Just be with this experience of constant love and light. Very, very deep experience of who I am. Very, very relaxed. Very comfortable. Yeah, so the first step is Shubhavna, love, light. And next, what Baba says is when we are in that awareness, when we continuously stay in that awareness, constantly stay in that awareness of soul, what we do is we are actually bringing Satyug, we're actually bringing that golden age closer to us. And that's what even Baba kind of mentions. Let's look at what Baba says. The next thing, which is Diwali, is also called the coronation day. When we, kind of transform those old sanskars, those acquired sanskars, and experience these new sanskars, or the original sanskars of the soul, that's when the coronation happens, right? We're all in that stage, and that's when the Satyug. Actually, Satyug, it starts not just the day when everything outside changes. Satyug for us starts when we experience all these virtues, right? So Baba says Diwali also is also called coronation day. Have you ever seen ceremony of handing over the throne? How many times would you have seen it? Countless times. Day by day, you will increasingly experience it very clearly in an emerged form, as though it is something that you've seen in this birth. Now, that experience, the soul already has these experiences, in the previous kalps. We already have that experience. More we are in that awareness of soul, we are able to bring all of that to surface. So Baba says, day by day, you will increasingly experience it very clearly in an emerged form, as though it is something that you've seen in this birth. In the same way, you will experience future royal sanskars that are merged in the soul. It's there with us. We have it. It's just about bringing it to surface. We'll experience the future royal sanskars that are merged in the soul. Now, this is the real Diwali, to keep emerging, to experience, those royal sanskars of the future. You will experience this in a practical form. From this, you should understand that you have come close to your perfect stage and to your kingdom. Do you think you have these? golden age sanskar by thinking about them or by bringing them into your consciousness. They will automatically enter your life easily and cleanly. Whilst living in this world, though we are in this world outside, it may not be a confluence age, or the world is not experiencing confluence age or golden age right now, but whilst living in this world, you will see beautiful scenes of golden age in front of your eyes. There was one Sakar Murli where Baba says, दुनिया के लिए बाहर विनाश चल रहा होगा, लेकिन बाबा के बच्चे, बाबा मतलब we'll be in our own experience of golden age, will be in our own experience of param dham, because Baba will keep our buddhi engaged with so many scenes and sceneries of golden age and param dham and sukshma vatan. So while everything outside will be very different, very while the transformation is actually happening, and we are aware that transformation has already started. Yeah, we look at the world around and we know that there was a time when we used to say vinash hoga, but when we look at world around now, we're not saying vinash hoga, right? We're just saying that the transformation has begun, right? It's already there. We are on that journey and process of transformation. Even outside situations are making us realize that. So are we ready? That's the question. Are we ready for that sakshatkar? Baba, Baba in that Sakar Murli said, उन्हीं बच्चों को बाबा मतलब वो बहलाना, Baba will keep our intellect so busy in those sakshatkar, but those children whose intellect will be constantly connected with Baba, they will be able to experience, those scenes and sceneries of golden age. So let me ask myself, world outside is changing, and we can see that, we are aware that everything outside is changing. How about our experience? Are we closer to that experience of our own golden age sanskars? How close are we, or are we still far away from our experience of our golden age sanskars? Because will I get influenced from the transformation that's happening in the world, or will I constantly be able to experience that just not connected with the outside world at all? Will depend on how much have I emerged these sanskars. So where am I in that journey? Am I closer to that experience of soul consciousness? Am I able to experience soul consciousness throughout the day? That's the question, because I'll be able to either I'll get influenced by outside situation, whatever is happening outside. Let's say, there is war going on in some countries, there is all kind of situations that we see and we are aware about it. So me get either, if I'm not in that soul conscious, or if we've not emerged those sanskars very clearly in ourselves, chances of getting influenced from outside situation is, it'll be very easy for us to get influenced. But Baba will keep us entertained. Baba कहते हैं बच्चों को बहलाता रहूंगा. Baba will keep us entertained in साक्षात्कार when our intellect is connected with him, when we've emerged these sanskars. Yeah. So while living in this world, you'll be able to see beautiful scenes and sceneries of golden age in front of your eyes, and the golden age form that you have adopted will come in front of your eyes again and again. You now have to renounce this costume and adopt that beautifully decorated costume. One practice today throughout the day, because it's Diwali. Diwali is, it's Yadgar of, I don't know what is Yadgar called in English. What is Yadgar called in English? Anyone? Memorial. Okay, wonderful. So Diwali is like memorial of Satyug, yeah, coronation day. So one practice for us throughout the day is, and the golden age, what Baba says now, the golden aged form that you have to adopt will come in front of your eyes again and again. You now have to renounce this old costume. forget about this old costume and adopt the beautifully decorated costume. So today, entire day, while we dress up very beautifully, while we meet people, while we, do everything that is typically done, in the Lokik world for Diwali, we continue to do that, but with a new awareness, with that new costume, that I'm that DT soul, and we're just there, we're experiencing that new world already within us, that new beautifully decorated costume. I was I the PPT that I kind of by mistake closed, but I'll just share that image that these days this AI images which are created, they're so beautiful images about Satyug, that they create. I just saw one of those, so I'll just share the image now, not the PPT, but definitely I would want to share the image of it. So the experience which Baba is mentioning right now, our old costume, Sangam Yug, and our new costume, Satyug. Yeah, this is how close we are now. So throughout the day, let us keep switching these costumes. Yeah, what we do at times in Lokik world also. Let's say if I'm going out, I change my costume, I come back, I again change the attire. Yeah, so let's do this. Okay, let's keep switching between these two costumes today. One is my Sangam Yug costume. Yeah, the way I am in Sangam Yug, and second, the experience of the Satyug, the costume that we attire that we have in Satyug. So let's keep switching between these again and again today. That's a little exercise for all of us today. Yeah, let's see what Baba says to this. So one exercise that Baba has given to all of us. You will have this experience of golden aged form now. At that confluence age, you will see the effort and reward of everyone in practical form. It will be as though everything of 5,000 years ago is just a matter of yesterday. It will be so clear and close in your intellect. The experiences will be so powerful. Like I'm talking to you right now, and the way we are listening, we're very clearly able to listen, experience this moment which is happening right now. We are able to see and experience. If the intellect is so much, if we've practiced just changing of costume, if we've practiced those golden age sanskars, it will be as clear, like it is there right now. And that's the real Diwali that Baba wants us to celebrate. Yeah, so let's for a couple of moments come back to our own self. Little time once again for my own self, away from everything outside. Today on Diwali, I choose to create life's experiences which move in clockwise direction. Experience of celebration, not just for a moment, not just for an hour, not just for a day, but every single moment. It's time for us to light the diya of divinity, of virtues, and experience them every single moment. And celebration is not just for a day, Celebration is every moment. Sada khush. Let me emerge in my mind the attire of the golden age, not just what I wear, but also how I feel. The divinity, the virtues, which I can so clearly experience. Continue to be in that experience of divinity. Continue to experience that new costume very clearly in your mind. With that experience of golden age very clearly in my mind, for me, the experience of that Satyug has started for me from today. It's not someday, somewhere, it's today. Satyug is experience of divinity, and I choose to experience that every single moment. Very, very relaxed, very comfortable. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So thank you everyone for your sharing, for your involvement in the session, for your interaction. It was wonderful being here for this, starting of such a wonderful day, Diwali. And one homework that we'll continue to do is switch between our costumes. Sangam, Satyug, Sangam, Satyug. We'll keep doing that while doing everything outside. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Rituban, for such a divine experience, the last meditation. Happy Diwali to everyone. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Rituban. Thank you, Divine Family. We meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.